I'm Jeff Wolcott, National Sales Director for Fidelis, and today I want to talk about when sales representative training and preparation meets funding deadlines in the VA and purchase orders and success ultimately occur. One of the most interesting aspects of my role here at Fidelis is I get to interact with hundreds of sales representatives, a variety of industries. I get to see all kinds of different personalities, levels of motivation, and understanding about how each representative approaches selling into the VA. What really sticks out to me is the sales reps that are successful versus the ones that always seem to run into roadblock and have challenges. I would say, as a general rule, and in summary, there are three behavioral characteristics that separate those that are successful versus those who probably want to be more successful. The first characteristic of the successful sales representatives is that they are adaptable. They are willing to take on new training. They are willing to take in new information. They are willing to be able to explore new ideas about how they can be successful when selling into the government. It can be a sales representative that has perhaps 20 years of tenure, all the way to a sales representative that just started 6 months ago. I don't find that experience level has really any bearing on the outcome of that sales representative's performance within the government sector. But what I do find is if the sales representative is adaptable, that is one of the three characteristics that is ultimately going to make them better in the federal sales space. The second characteristic of successful sales representatives in the VA is assimilation. They are able to assimilate into an environment that they are maybe unfamiliar with. They will go into the VA and they will take the training that we have given them and they quickly assimilate and they try to do their very best to apply the information that they have internalized. And they are very focused in the application of that information. The sales representatives that can go in and, again, have a fast uptake, they assimilate quickly, and they are very focused on the end goal, which is a purchase order that may not occur for 6, 8, or 10 months down the line. Those are the sales representatives that also set themselves apart from both assimilation and application of information. The third characteristic is thoroughness. Sales representatives that do a very thorough job in the VA and they have great attention to detail will also be successful. The sales representatives that exude the characteristics I just mentioned, those sales representatives that exude the characteristics that I just mentioned, they are, number one, adaptable. Number two, they assimilate well. And number three, they're very thorough. Are the sales representatives that we see come out of the other end time and time again with large sales within the VA. We find also that the sales representatives that are engaging with Fidelis the most, once their companies have come on board with us, are 7 times more successful than their peers that do not. The bottom line is this. When your company joins Fidelis, we will provide best-in-class contract management and government sales training. We will work to help coach your sales representatives to have the characteristics and the intangibles necessary so that they can be successful within the VA. Most companies only sell between 3 and 7% of their yearly sales within this organization. Some of our companies have between 20 and 25% of their sales deriving strictly from the VA. Given the behavioral characteristics I just cited, when you work with Fidelis, we can help coach your sales representatives for how to be successful in an area for which companies do not provide their sales reps training. We can show you how when your sales team gets on board with what we teach, they are able to go and they are able to make an impact right away. So if you want your company to be more successful within the VA, it's very simple. Reach out to Fidelis. We can help you serve those who served us.